What's going on, everyone? Going Ticket to History, coming to you from a little bit of a different format this time around, without video. I've had a couple different ideas playing around in my mind of different types of content that I may want to do for this channel, or maybe even play on to potentially maybe opening up a secondary channel to carry out these different areas. And I wanted to get a feel for and to see what all of you, my viewers, what your thoughts would be on if I created a more podcast / voiceover series of videos, or maybe even a separate channel that focuses specifically on the use of just images and just talking about various different topics, ranging from maybe the film industry here in the state of Florida as well as abroad, maybe focusing specifically on true crime events that have happened, maybe focusing on other historical events, celebrity pop culture events that have happened in Florida. Something I enjoy doing is going on location and checking out, looking at things from before and looking at how they look now. But as we dig deeper into the history, in some cases we may not always be able to go to the locations that various different events took place at for various different reasons. So sometimes we may just have to flush it out in conversation. And that's kind of the mindset behind this type of video. Whereas there's a few things that I would love to be able to find the specific locations to, and I've been failing miserably when it comes to finding the specific locations. Sometimes it could be because maybe the location no longer exists. Sometimes it could be because the location is no longer accessible. Sometimes, especially when it comes to theme parks, movie locations, sometimes the locations may be on private property, they may be on protected property, or they may not be as navigatable as they were when the events took place. So my thoughts are videos like this could provide some time and space for us to be able to flush out and evaluate these locations, these events that are good, bad, and sometimes very ugly. And we can extend the conversation into the comments. I still love going on location, which I will continue to do with this channel, going to historical locations, haunted locations, famous graves, roadside oddities, true crime locations. But I like kind of doing these little voiceover stories as well for some of the locations that may not be as accessible, or in some cases the locations may not always be known. Especially when it comes to like true crime locations, we may not always have access to all of the specifics of the locations where each part of the crimes took place, but we do have access to some of the bigger locations, such as maybe where someone was captured, as we saw with the Aileen Wuornos video. Maybe we have access to the location of maybe where someone who was infamously connected to true crime, maybe where they lived. So I wanted to see what your thoughts were. If this is something that you would be interested in, having either a separate channel or taking up a space on this channel where we just have various different images covering the topics of the day and the voiceovers occur. It's kind of my play on some eventual live videos as well. I hope to get to the point where we have a higher turnout when it comes to live videos, whereas we can have these discussions in real time. So I have a lot planned ahead, and I just wanted to kind of reach out to all of you to kind of gauge what your thoughts would be. Would this be something that you would want to listen to and learn into? I received some comments recently from various different viewers about looking into certain locations or just talking about certain conversations. I've done some videos talking about the film industry here in the state of Florida. There's been a lot of questions about that. And I've thought, well, maybe I could sit there and just talk into a camera and evaluate these different topics, or I could use different imagery and upload those into the video and then have voiceover evaluating and kind of expanding on what the imagery is showing us. So I wanted to get your take, you the viewers, on what you would like to see. Would you like to see just normal videos with me looking into the camera, answering questions, or talking about some of these interesting topics? Or would you be